Scientists just pulled sunlight has touched for billions of years, and where scientists have just made discoveries that challenge everything we know about life itself. Picture this: you're in a submersible the size of a small car, descending through 7 miles of black water. The pressure outside could crush a blue whale in seconds. Your only light comes from LED arrays that barely penetrate the endless void. This is where only the most advanced technology can survive, and where humans have visited fewer times than we've been to the moon. The Mariana Trench isn't just deep, it's alien. The water pressure down there is equivalent to having 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of every square inch of your body. The temperature hovers just above freezing, and the environment is so hostile that until recently, scientists believed nothing complex could survive there. The first hint something extraordinary was happening came in 2019, when a research vessel detected metallic objects on the ocean floor that didn't match any known geological formations. These weren't rocks or mineral deposits. They were arranged in perfect geometric patterns, like someone had been building down there in the abyss. Dr. Sarah Chen was part of the team that first encountered what they're now calling the architects. She described seeing structures that defied explanation, towering spires made from compressed deep-sea sediment, arranged in spirals that followed mathematical patterns found nowhere else in nature. But the structures weren't empty. Inside these underwater monuments, the team discovered organisms unlike anything in the fossil record. Creatures with translucent bodies that seemed to pulse with their own internal light. But here's where it gets truly disturbing: these beings showed signs of organization. Tool use. Communication. The team observed them working together to modify their environment, creating chambers and tunnels with a level of coordination that suggested advanced intelligence. They watched as the were coordinating across thousands of miles of ocean floor. Somehow, despite being separated by continents, they were working together on a scale that suggested a global network of intelligence that had remained hidden beneath the waves. Seismic monitoring stations detected unusual activity in ocean trenches around the world. Not earthquakes, something else. Rhythmic pulses that seemed to follow patterns, as if the entire ocean floor had become a massive communication network. The question that haunts every researcher involved: what are they building, and why now? The most disturbing discovery came when researchers explored deeper into the structures. They found chambers filled with what could only be described as archives. Walls covered in the same bioluminescent patterns the creatures used to communicate, but these markings were ancient. Fossilized into the rock itself. Computer analysis revealed these archives contained a record of Earth's history spanning millions of years. Climate changes, mass extinctions, the rise and fall of species, all documented with scientific precision by beings that had been observing from the depths. But the archives contained something else. Records of human activity. Not just recent history, ancient human civilizations that official archaeology says never existed. The deep-sea beings have been watching humanity since the very beginning, documenting our development with the same scientific detachment that we might use to study lab rats. Dr. Rodriguez made a discovery in these archives that shook him to his core: predictions. Mathematical models showing the future trajectory of human civilization. And according to these ancient calculations, we're approaching a critical point that the deep-sea beings have been preparing for. The pattern became clear when researchers compiled data from multiple expeditions. The increase in activity, the expansion of structures, the attempts at communication, it all pointed to one terrifying conclusion: humanity's impact on the oceans had triggered an awakening. Climate change, deep-sea mining, underwater nuclear tests, decades of human activity had finally disturbed something that had been content to observe from the shadows. The beings weren't just waking up, they were mobilizing. Satellite imagery shows unusual patterns in ocean currents worldwide. Massive movements of water that don't follow any known meteorological models. It's as if something vast is moving beneath the waves, redirecting the very circulation of the oceans. Marine biologists report unprecedented migrations of sea life. Whales changing migration routes, deep-sea fish appearing in shallow waters, entire ecosystems behaving as if fleeing from something in the depths. The deep-sea beings aren't just observing anymore. They're taking action. The last expedition to make contact with the deep-sea civilization returned with a message that has world governments in emergency sessions. Using the mathematical language they had established, the beings transmitted something that could only be interpreted as a warning. The calculations were complex, but the message was clear: humanity's current trajectory is unsustainable. The changes we're making to the oceans are threatening not just surface life, but the ancient ecosystem these beings have maintained for millions of years. But here's what's truly terrifying about their message: it included a countdown. Mathematical sequences that correspond to Earth's orbital patterns, climate models, and human population growth. All converging on a specific point in time. A deadline. And according to their calculations, humanity has less than a decade to change course. The question that keeps researchers awake at night: what happens when the countdown reaches zero? We stand at the threshold of the most significant discovery in human history. We're not alone on our planet. We share it with beings of vast intelligence that have been watching us since before we learned to make fire. They've documented our entire existence, predicted our future, and now they're warning us about our fate. The structures they're building, the networks they're expanding, the mobilization happening in ocean trenches worldwide, it's all preparation. But for what? Are they preparing to save us from ourselves, or are they preparing for a world without us? Their message was a warning, but warnings can also be threats. These beings have the power to influence ocean currents, coordinate marine life, and build on a scale that dwarfs human engineering. If they decide humanity is a threat to their ancient world, we might discover just how insignificant our surface civilization really is compared to the vast intelligence that dwells in the deep. The footage from the latest expedition remains classified, but leaked audio reveals something that will haunt anyone who hears it. In the final moments before communication was lost, the deep-sea beings transmitted one last message. Not mathematics this time. Not patterns or equations. They transmitted the sound of human voices. Recordings of conversations from the research team's previous dives. They had been listening. Learning our language. Understanding not just our mathematics, but our words, our thoughts, our fears. The last thing the expedition heard before their communication systems failed was their own voices, played back to them from the depths, mixed with sounds no human throat could make. As if the beings were trying to learn to speak like us. The question that will determine humanity's future, when they finally learn to speak our language perfectly, what will they say?